One quarterback nobody drafted just outplayed a former first-round pick. One offensive line got embarrassed in the opening minute. And one team's performance was so bad, their own analysts are telling them to burn the tape. Stick around, because Saturday's preseason action delivered a little bit of everything. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down the best and worst performances from Saturday's NFL preseason Week 2 slate, as position battles heat up and players make their final push before roster cuts arrive next weekend. Let's get into it. Let's start with the best of the day, and honestly, this first story is a fun one. The Atlanta Falcons got good news Saturday when quarterback Michael Penix Jr. was cleared to resume full team activities. But while that was happening, an undrafted rookie quarterback named Jack Strand quietly put together the best performance by a Falcons signal caller all summer. The former Division II quarterback completed 12 of 17 passes for 212 yards and 2 total touchdowns in a win over the Indianapolis Colts. He might not even make the 53-man roster, but at least Penix and the rest of the quarterback room now have a clear picture of what head coach Kevin Stefanski's offense should actually look like when it's clicking. Next up, we've got to talk about the incredible catches from Saturday's action. Washington Commanders wide receiver Jadon Bradley delivered arguably the most impressive grab of the entire day, using one hand to snag a pass from quarterback Athan Kaliakmanis early in the third quarter of a 17-13 loss to the Detroit Lions. Bradley is currently listed as a fourth stringer on Washington's depth chart and may have too much ground to cover to make the active roster, but that catch almost certainly put him on other teams' radars. New England Patriots quarterback Tommy DeVito also had a standout day. Claimed off waivers last August, DeVito didn't play a single snap all of last season behind Drake May and Joshua Dobbs. But against the Philadelphia Eagles in a 24-21 win, he made the most of his opportunity, finishing 8 of 15 for 151 yards and a touchdown, while also adding 44 rushing yards on 3 carries, including a max speed of over 19 miles per hour on a 36-yard scramble. And on the defensive side, Eagles defensive tackle Ty Robinson has been an absolute force this preseason. After recording a sack in Week 1, he followed that up with 2 more sacks against the Patriots, adding to Philadelphia's already league-best collection of defensive tackles. Now let's shift to the worst of Saturday, starting with the Detroit Lions' offensive line. Things went sideways immediately, allowing a sack fumble in the opening minute against Washington despite playing most of their starters. The backups didn't fare any better either, as Washington's defense finished with 5 total sacks and 7 quarterback hits. Considering Detroit ranked 31st in pass block win rate last season, this was not the encouraging sign the team needed. The New Orleans Saints also had a rough one, losing 34-0 to the Los Angeles Rams in what can only be described as a complete team-wide struggle. Backup quarterback Zach Wilson went 6 of 12 for 55 yards and an interception in the first half, while Spencer Rattler finished 14 of 23 for 141 yards and threw a pick-6 that got returned 100 yards. As a team, the Saints had nearly as many penalties as first downs and lost the turnover battle badly. It was an ugly performance across the board. And finally, Eagles quarterback Andy Dalton continued a disappointing stretch. After a rough preseason opener, he went just 3 of 10 for 44 yards against the Patriots, leading 1 touchdown drive and 2 punts across 3 series. Meanwhile, backup Tanner McKee looked significantly sharper, going 16 of 22 for 173 yards and 2 touchdowns, which only adds more intrigue to Philadelphia's quarterback depth chart heading into the season. There was also a tough outing for Cleveland's quarterback situation on Saturday, with Deshaun Watson struggling statistically and drawing attention for comments made after the game, adding another layer of uncertainty to the Browns' ongoing quarterback competition heading into Week 1. So plenty happened across the league on Saturday, from breakout performances by unheralded players to some genuinely concerning showings from established veterans. With roster cuts looming next weekend, these games carry real weight for a lot of these guys. Which performance stood out to you the most, and which team should be most worried heading into cutdown week? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more NFL preseason coverage, and I'll see you in the next video.